Hello, here we are at GITEX 2021, one of the biggest tech shows in the world, talking about industry innovation, talking about thought leadership, industry expertise, and talking with the most innovative companies in the world, but also talking with the strongest company in the world. And when I say the word strongest, first thing that pops to mind is Nokia 5110. That was the strongest phone ever. Nokia moved away from the consumer business, but we have Joachim here, head of field marketing in Nokia. Hello, Joachim.
Okay, hello, good morning.
Really nice to see you here in podcast. And tell me, do you have some Nokia 5110 in the museum, at least?
I have a few at home and in my Finnish house for the summertime. Yeah.
Okay.
They never die. They never die.
They never die. That's what, and they are there for 3 months, not charging at all, and they still have a battery, is it?
Exactly.
Yeah. But all jokes on the side, Nokia moved away from consumer business, and in years now are in the business-to-business field, in industrial. Can you tell us a little bit the big change and what is going on in Nokia these days? What is the main focus of this giant?
Okay, well, as you said, Nokia today is essentially a company that provides connectivity and application solutions, and we essentially have two types of customers. On one side, we have the internet and communication service providers of this world. And on the other side, we see a growing demand for enterprises, for government from all different types of sectors and countries that need to digitalize their operations. So on one side, we provide very strong connectivity, 5G being one of them, but IP, optics, fiber, software solutions to the communication service providers. And we address the growing needs of government and enterprises to digitalize their operations.
That's it. Where we are at now with this 5G transition in the world. Of course, the pandemic slowed down a little bit the process, but I think the antennas are being changed. We are getting more and more base stations of 5G.
Okay, well, 5G is one of the technology that actually had one of the highest, adoption rate. If you compare, the time it took to reach a certain penetration of 5G, it's actually getting faster and faster versus the previous generation. So today, Nokia, to give you an example, has over 150 customers who have signed up for 5G.
Oh.
Okay, and we are working and providing 5G solutions to all key markets, to all key customers from Japan, from South Korea, from Asia, also very strongly, in the Middle East, where most of the key countries have launched 5G, for already quite some time now. We see also 5G coming to Africa. There was already a few operators and countries have commercialized 5G operations, and there is more to come. And of course, Europe is also very much ongoing into 5G adoption. So in the US, we're also pretty much ahead of the game, and Latin America as well. So 5G is a global phenomenon. It's still early. If you look at this generation of technology, they are here for a few decades and they overlap. So we still are in the very early days of 5G. Even if it's been a strong start, we are still in the early days.
But early days are the most exciting ones. Once everybody has 5G, it's not a story anymore. We move to 6G and other things that.
Well, there are some early discussions on defining what we want from 6G and the standard, because this is.
But definitely, what we are seeing and at GITEX and other exhibitions like this, 5G will definitely change the world. But also, Nokia has changed in the past decade or so, moving more towards enablement of digital transformation to some businesses that are how do you call it? Old school businesses, as you call it.
Exactly.
Like oil and gas or any other.
And as I said, so we do provide very strong, I would say, underlying connectivity to the communication service providers, to the internet service providers. And together also with them, we need to address the needs of industries who have not yet or who just started to digitalize their operations. Because today, if you work on an oil and gas platform, if you work in a mine, if you work in a hospital, or like in Dubai, if you are running one of the most technology savvy and futuristic cities, technology allows you to do things better, faster, and in a safer way. So this is actually what we do. We work with these industries, we work with this government to understand how underlying very strong connectivity, what we call mission critical networks, can allow applications like sensors, like IoTs, like automation to help industries, companies to run their business simply more efficiently.
Yeah, besides, you mentioned governments, but besides governments, who are what is your expectations from GITEX? You know, you have a big booth, you have a big presence, a strong footprint here. More than 100,000 people is visiting GITEX this year. What is your expectations? What do you, besides meeting government officials, as you said, you're working a lot with them, or do telecom or at Salat? What do you expect from GITEX?
Well, I would say, it's great to be back in GITEX. I think this is, probably the best GITEX ever, and it's good to see people face to face.
Of course.
Maybe 6 months ago, you and I would have been in front of a screen. You would be in your living room. I would be, somewhere in my home. Now we are back, and I would say we love technology because it actually helped us to go through these very strange times. But the main thing in GITEX is actually be able to, as long as we love technology, seeing people in real life is actually, nothing that technology can't replace, at least not yet. And that's mainly one of the key things is, getting this human interaction back. So talking to our customers, of course, talking to our colleagues, talking to our partners from the broader ecosystem. So GITEX is actually a platform that, yes, is all about technology, but it's also on the other side very important to keep this human interaction.
This is. I wanted to ask you the last question about how would you recommend GITEX to someone else, but you did it amazingly in the previous sentence. So I will ask you another question.
Yeah.
There is no Nokia 5110 on your booth now.
Okay, no.
Next year, please.
Okay.
When we meet next year, please bring one.
Okay. But what we do have is, as I mentioned, we are now addressing the needs of some very specific industries.
Okay.
And while the 511, was provided great services at this time, now if you look today, the need of a smartphone is what, if you are using a smartphone in a mine or in an oil platform, in the middle of the sea, or if there is a sandstorm, you want your phone to actually, on one side, be as strong as the 511, but also to have all the latest, smart applications and video capabilities and intelligence on your phone. So what Nokia is actually providing today is very specific industry ruggedized smartphones for these industries. So we do not have a 511, but we do have very specific ruggedized phone for industries.
I think it's time for me to switch from the Nokia 511. Thank you very much for being in our podcast. Looking forward to having you next year also in our podcast. And thank you for your time and good luck with the exhibition. And
okay, everything. No, thank you. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, Joachim.